He set an alarm on her phone so that she would wake up early to entertain his parents. Now she's pissed. That's this week on Men in the Wild, where we find real stories on the internet of men in relationship and break down what's going on underneath the surface to understand how the lessons that we get as boys about what it means to be a man impact our ability to experience love, connection, intimacy, authenticity, and power. So this guy writes into Reddit and he asks, is he the bad guy for expecting his wife to wake up early while his parents are visiting from a different time zone so that they can all have breakfast together? So he says she normally sleeps in until about 9 in the morning on the weekends, right? But 9 in the morning in his parents' time zone would be more like noon, so they're hungry way earlier. And so being the ever considerate husband, without telling her, he gets into her phone and he sets an alarm for her for 6:30 in the morning to wake up and have a family breakfast with his parents, right? He doesn't ask her, he just does it. Now she wakes up furious, she complies, but she basically lets him know when they have a moment of privacy, like, hey, that was not okay. And he just laughs and minimizes it. And then here he is in his Reddit post wondering why his wife was distant and disconnected for the whole rest of this trip. He tells Reddit, I just wish that she would empathize. He continues to harp on how he's being victimized by her lack of empathy. But here's the thing, she actually already did empathize with him, right? She's hosting his parents at her shared home. She cleaned, she helped prepare. She's being the good wife. She's supporting him in his choices. So I think the truth is he didn't want empathy. He wanted compliance. I think this is what happens when men confuse help with leadership. We are more trained and accustomed as men to trying to manage the emotions and the choices and the behaviors of the women in our life than we are accustomed to managing our own entitlement to our wife's time, choices, preferences, and feelings. She is not lazy. She just doesn't work for him. Right? And somehow in his mind, what he thinks the word wife means seems to be closer to my employee and does what I say. And the fact that he thought that waking her up early without her permission to please his parents was an act of love tells you everything you need to know about who this man has been taught to center all the time. The bottom line here is that the real alarm that needed to go off for this man was not in his wife's phone, but it's in his own mindset. What do you think? Was this a reasonable expectation by this husband, or was this a massive overreach? Let me know in the comments. And what would you do if your partner set an alarm for you to wake up early to have breakfast with their parents without telling you? And stay tuned, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about what exactly we can do as men to show up better in our relationships with women in our lives. If you found this helpful, hit follow for more.